Hello, today I'd like to just show you how to make a simple gift bag. Nothing very hard about it, but lots of fun. If you just want to give a gift to somebody and you want to make it out of some fabric that you've got, because maybe it's a quilting person or maybe you're having a party with a theme and you've got some fabric that you like. Anyway, we're going to just make some bags. So out of a width of fabric you can make 3 bags like this. If I cut the strips usually 12 inches across the fabric, and then I can divide that up into 3 lots of 14 inches so that I could get 3 rectangles that look like this out of a strip of fabric. So it's 12 inches wide when you cut the strip off, and then you cut these bits 14 inches. So they're just a little bit rectangular. And as well as that, you need to have something suitable for the handles. Now this is a printed cotton tape that I have here. You might have a piece of ribbon or some plain cotton tape. It should be somewhere around 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch wide, and they need to be cut at 12 inches long. So your fabric is 12 inches high and your handles are 12 inches as well, so quite easy to remember. The length of the handles is the same as the length of the bag. So first of all, we're just going to press over the top of the bag. So this is along the longer edge, along the 14-inch edge. So we're going to create the top of the bag by folding over approximately 1 inch and pressing that. And then we're going to fold it over another inch and pressing that. So that's now the top edge of your bag, and it's looking great. Now I have already drawn some little measurements on a piece of masking tape that I've popped on the edge of my board here. So initially I'm just going to place that on the board. I'm also using the board markings as a guide, and I just need a few pins at this stage. I want to mark the center of my bag, so that's at 7 inches because it's 14 inches wide, and then I want to put a little mark 1 3/4 of an inch, this is approximate, but away from that center on either side. And this is the line where the handles are going to go. And then I might pop another pin in from the outside edge 2 inches in. This is because I'm allowing for a seam allowance on both edges there. And then with my handle, now because my handles have got printing one side and it's plain the other, I want the printed side to be the right side of the handle. So I'm actually going to position it so that the right side is facing up. Looks a little bit back to front, and I'm going to just slide that in between your center pin and the one that's at 1 3/4. So I want that edge of the handle to be up against the 1 3/4 there. And then I'm going to slide the other end in so that the edge slides in against the pin that's at 2 inches. So having got those positioned quite nicely, I'm just going to flip those over now, keep them nice and straight, push the end right in, flip it over and take that pin and pin it in place through all those layers on both bits. So there's your handle in place, ready for sewing. And rather than go through all that again for you, I have got one ready pinned here with both sets of handles pinned in place. So you can see that's how it's going to look. And so now I'm going to take that to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew along the edge fairly close to the edge of that folded edge where the handles are popped under. So maybe just 1/8 of an inch in from the fold is all you need. Just go all the way along, taking in the little handle fold at the same time. Okay, so that's one line of sewing done, but we're going to come and do a second line close to the top folded edge now. take those pins out as you get to them. So that's pretty straightforward. We've now got both the handles sewn in, and as you can see with that printed handle tape that I've got, having put them in that way, they're now facing up the right way, so that when you hold those handles up they're going to look right. So now to form the bag, we're going to sew that right sides together, down that side and along the bottom. So just match up your side seams. Now rather than starting right at the very top edge, I'm going to start about ½ inch down and do a little reverse back up to the top edge so that it can't come undone. That gives it a better secure start. So just with your 1/4 inch seam allowance, so I'm about ½ inch down from the top edge, but I'm going to reverse back to the top. And then I'm going to continue on all the way down to the corner and pivot and go along the bottom edge. Just turn that and go all the way to the corner. A little reverse at the end just to hold it. Snip those threads off, and where I started you can snip that thread and there isn't anything about to unravel at the top edge. Now you could just leave it like that, but I quite like to neaten those edges, so I'm actually going to use a zigzag stitch on my machine and just zigzag around the edge of that seam so that it can't unravel. And the same thing, I'm going to start about ½ inch down, just the same as I did with the straight sewing. So just make sure that you've got the right foot on that will take a zigzag stitch, because your needle's going to be swinging across. So this zigzag is just going slightly over the edge of the fabric so that it gives it an overcast finish. You might have an overlocker which would do the same job, but I've just got my zigzag on my machine. And that's it. That's the little gift bag finished sewing. Who doesn't like a gift? I love to get gifts. So now you just need to turn that bag the right way out. Pop the little corners out. And there's your little gift bag. Now when I first made this bag, I made it because I was wanting to pop some of my patterns in it. So here's one of my patterns, and that just slides in nicely. It's just the right size, and you could pop a little bit of fabric in there as well. I've made some other bags here just to quickly show you. You might be doing maybe a children's party, so there's some fun novelty fabric bags, and I've used a ribbon for the handles on those, and maybe something a little bit more, I guess, not so childish for an adult type bag, or maybe you're having a food party. Don't we all love food parties? So some ideas of gifts that you might pop in your little gift bag. Maybe a delicious bundle of fat quarters, and in they go. Let's just see how much we can fit in this gift bag. We might have a little jar of fabric, and we might have a nice delicious looking bunch of flowers going in there, and we might have a delicious fabric kebab, and we might have a little bunch of carrots. How much more can we fit in there? Oh, I think there's room for one more. And a nice little ice pop. And it's all just fitting snugly inside that bag. Now, what a great gift. I'd like a gift like that. So that's just a simple gift bag. Of course, if you haven't got a 12-inch wide strip, you could make the bag a little bit shorter. but that works quite nicely as a good size, cutting them the 14 inches wide. So enjoy your gift bags. Feel free to send me a gift anytime. Thank you.